पॉलिसी बाजार पर 1 करोड़ रुपए का टर्म लाइफ इंश्योरेंस केवल 450 रुपए महीने से शुरू। वाव!
Very good evening and welcome. This is breaking news on NDTV. I am Ankit Tyagi. Just yesterday, a video went viral, ladies and gentlemen, and it was a video from the Parliament where Mr. Manoj Jha, he is one of the member of Parliament for the RJD, was speaking, and then in the background comes a noise, a voice in fact, and that voice is of Union Minister Piyush Goyal. Post that, there were claims that the Bihari pride has been hurt, it has been injured, and Mr. Piyush Goyal is the culprit. And what happened after that was protest, demand of apology, which in fact the minister today backtracked at least on his comments. But there is a larger issue here. While traveling in a bus, train, or in the country, rural side, anywhere outside Bihar, you'll hear a lot of people using Bihari as some sort of an insult. Why is it? Why is it that a state with such a glorious past and the people of Bihar, their identity has been reduced to this way? I mean, it has been looked upon, down upon. And who's responsible for this? We'll talk about that. But before I get into the details, let's very quickly tell you what happened in the parliament. So first, let's just listen in what created this ruckus. Why was this entire controversy? How did it erupt?
सर, ये बिहार के अपमान का प्रश्न है। पीयूष जी, मैं हाथ जोड़ता हूं, अब आप मुझ पे टिप्पणी कर लें, मेरे राज्य बिहार पे टिप्पणी ना करें।
सारे देश को बिहार बनाना चाहते हैं. That is what Piyush Goyal said. A lot of people will argue, what is wrong with that? And a lot of people will say that this has been used because of the current situation in Bihar, the current economic situation of Bihar, the crime situation of Bihar, the governance, the unemployment, and I can go on, health situation in Bihar, the lack of industries. So why was it that Mr. Piyush Goyal decided to use this as, some sort of an insult कि सारे देश को बिहार बनाना चाहते हैं? After that, this ruckus happened. Politicians from across spectrum, various political parties joined in the RJD today to protest against the remarks which was made by Mr. Piyush Goyal. I just want to play out this for just a short while and get you a sense of what happened in the parliament today.
At the outset, let me clarify, there is absolutely no intention of insulting either Bihar or the people of Bihar, and if at all that has hurt anybody, I will immediately withdraw that statement.
So a ruckus was created and Mr. Piyush Goyal came out today and he said that I take my remarks back. But the fight has not stopped there. Tejasvi Yadav, in fact, asked Piyush Goyal that, you did not raise, you are from Mumbai, Maharashtra, you did not raise a word when a lot of projects for Maharashtra were taken and given to Gujarat. So that is what we are talking about today. Fight for Bihari pride in the parliament, ladies and gentlemen. And let me very quickly, this is the question that I will be talking about. Why is Bihari being looked down upon? But before we go further into this, let me very quickly at this moment welcome Mr. Manoj Jha. He's the Member of Parliament for the RJD in Rajya Sabha. And we'll understand from him what was so derogatory in what Mr. Piyush Goyal said, and are they satisfied now with his remarks, the remarks that he has made. Mr. Goyal has today said that he had no intention to hurt the sentiments of people of Bihar. It was unintended, and if somebody feels aggrieved, he takes his remarks back. Are you satisfied with the apology that he has tendered? It has come 2 days later.
Ankit ji, I'll just change the template and say, presume I make a very smearing, obscene kind of remark on you. And then I say I withdraw. When you use contemptuous, obscene, I repeat obscene, I'm saying this, for a people, entire state, and then withdrawal of a statement, doesn't matter. I mean, with his position as leader of the house, he could have easily said, I regret, I apologize. Instead of choosing the safer corridor that I withdraw my statement, believe me, withdrawal of statement and apologies, even in the legal language, are not one and the same.
Some people in the BJP are saying that RJD is using this because the government is right now under fire because of what has happened in the tragedy that took place. More than 70 people is being said who have died in that the spurious liquor tragedy. So you are using this politically to try and distract from that issue.
So that means we have a kind of collaborative arrangement with Piyush ji. We put words into his mouth. I mean, what kind of logic is this? What kind of, this, I can't even say that's a precise logic. This is baseless. And let me tell you, Ankit ji, large number of BJP MPs came and told me in the Central Hall that this was an obnoxious statement he should not have made.
But why do you think the BJP MPs from Bihar were not with you? I mean, for them, it seems the party is much important, bigger than the people of Bihar. Possibly the Bihari MPs, those who represent the people.
Not only MPs from Bihar, let me correct you. MPs from other states also. Other states also. They were simply not on the same page with Piyush Goyal ji. They said, this is obnoxious. This cannot be allowed. It's a council of state. Rajya Sabha, the chamber is called council of states. And you make a sneering remark, obscene remark, uncalled for remark, and you want to get away with it by simply saying, I withdraw the statement.
It's, Mr. Jha, I completely understand, and it will be quite condemnable because I can't think of your party or anybody opposition leader making a remark, let's say, about Gujarat and getting away with it. But the fact is, don't you think that it is also time to introspect for all political parties as far as Bihar is concerned? While this is a condemnable statement, sir, but why has this situation been created where the word Bihari for a state which has such rich legacy is today being seen as an insult?
Look, Ankit ji, in fact, in the same speech, I quoted the latest edition of The Economist, and I quoted the figures from Goa and Bihar. And the writer says, the author says, that it's like comparing Southern Europe and Sub-Saharan Africa. Who is responsible for it? After bifurcation, Jharkhand, what kind of package we have received? Entire opposition joined us even during the Rabri Devi's tenure when she was the chief minister, asking for a special status. Now, you look at Bihar as simply labor supplying state. That suits the model of center and periphery. You want the periphery of Bihar to provide you with the labor and the global capital, and the movement of capital should be smooth in other states. That's why I am of the view, my party is of the view, that you can attain 5 trillion value economy, but leaving Bihar shall always give you sleepless nights.
Sir, but the fact is, since 1991, the chief minister who is right now with your party and is ruling the state, since 1991, it has either been the RJD government or Mr. Nitish Kumar with the BJP or the RJD. So last 31 years, has these governments, do you also, realize that the governments possibly have failed to give that dignity, that kind of employment to the people of Bihar, that they still have to move out? Somebody like you has to move out of Bihar and be a professor in Delhi University rather than the universities of Bihar. Isn't this a worrying sign, sir?
Ankit ji, you are holding your chair as anchor. I can only request you that look at the fiscal distribution for last not only 30 years, 60 years. I'll take you a little back. When I left Bihar, Laluji was not in power. When I left Bihar, so please remember that. Third, Bihar has been a deliberate victim of all government occupying the power in the center. They have never looked at Bihar apart from the angle of a voting state. What I have been arguing in the parliament also on behalf of my party. Please don't consider as a perennial labor supplying state. Look at the names of the train we have. So we need a special package. We need a special status. We need equal treatment. Just look at it. We purchase one nation or one tariff, the standing committee's recommendation. The most, costly electricity available to Bihar. There are delays from the central government. There are issues of matching grants. So you cannot absolve the central government, particularly.
No, not at all.
this government.
I am only trying to understand because your party has been in power for a very long time, sir.
Sir, you have to look at how the central state relations are placed historically.
Okay.
And I would want you to go through the different finance commission report.
Mr. Prashant Kishore from Bihar itself, he's right now on a yatra. He's also trying to find political foothold in the state. He yesterday said that Bihar is at the same level that it was in 1991. Nothing has changed for the people of Bihar. It is only these political parties, those who come and make these promises but don't do anything on the ground. What do you have to say about that?
Look, I generally people who are on political yatras, I don't comment on them. I wish him good luck for his journey, but he needs to do some serious academic work in a clinical fashion rather than making these kind of remarks about the development or the non-development of Bihar since 1991. So I can only request him.
When Chief Minister Nitish Kumar, for the first time after defeating the RJD when he became the Chief Minister, at that time he had said that word Bihari is looked down upon. I will give a government, I will create a mechanism where Bihar will be so glorious that Biharis will be proud. People across the country will be proud when they will see a Bihari. Do you think Chief Minister Nitish Kumar has been even moderately been successful in that endeavor?
Let me put it very, because it was a metaphorical statement. A metaphorical statement and literal statements are two different things. But I wish to convey, he tried his level best, but he could not treat people like Piyush Goyal. There are thousands and millions of Piyush Goyal in politics at the top level, those who would never want Bihar to succeed. They want Bihar to just give them seats. This is not how fiscal arrangements are made. This is not how central-state relations work.
You know, I learned a new thing today. There is a difference between metaphorical statements and real statements. Very recently, the political class also discovered that these things are usually called a jumla. But anyway, moving forward, the question that we are asking today, why is the word Bihari and who is responsible for the degradation of Bihar, that the people of Bihar find these kind of insults as or these kind of words being used as an insult? Joining me now at this moment, Mr. Sanjay Jha, political analyst, and a very successful entrepreneur, a very successful Bihari who is joining us at this moment. We also have Mr. Alok Vats, leader of the Bharatiya Janata Party. We are also trying to get in touch with Mr. Mrityunjay Jha. There is some problem in his line. We'll try and connect, just figure that out and get him online as well. But Sanjay, I want to start by asking you, do you also see what Mr. Piyush Goyal said as an insult? Because, if you live in Mumbai, if you are in Delhi as well, and Mumbai has had a history where people, if somebody, even they might not be from Bihar, if they have to be looked down upon, something has to be said, they'll just be called a Bihari.
Well, Ankit, let me tell you very honestly, the Biharis have been stereotyped. There is a certain mindset that people have about people from Bihar because of maybe the accent that we have. Bihar doesn't have industry. Bihar never has had industry, to be frank. And most of the people from my state, and I grew up in Bihar at least my first 5-6 years, the only thing we were told is that either you can become a farmer or you join the IAS, IPS and the IFS. Today, I would like to tell through your channel, and I'm glad you're discussing this issue, Ankit, because Piyush Goyal happens to be one of the high-profile ministers in Mr. Modi's government. And he's from Mumbai, to the best of my knowledge. And, what he said was condescending, in my opinion. And मैं आपके चैनल के माध्यम से पीयूष जी को कहना चाहूँगा कि बिहार के जैसा यदि भारत बन जाए तो भारत का वो एक मैं समझता हूँ कि हम खुश नसीब होंगे, क्योंकि अहिंसा का जन्म पीयूष जी बिहार में हुआ था, जहाँ आपने शायद जैनिज्म और बुद्धिज्म जो है दो महान धर्म हैं, उनका जन्म बिहार में हुआ था। और ये दोनों धर्म जो हैं वो अहिंसा का प्रचार करते हैं और अहिंसा के बारे में वो जिंदगी भी अहिंसा के ही जीते हैं। तो आपको ये समझना चाहिए कि आज यदि बिहार के जैसा यदि भारत बन गया है, देश यदि दुनिया बन जाए भारत के जैसा, तो हम खुद किस्मत होंगे। So I want to make one point, Ankit ji.
Yes.
That end of day, and I'm going to talk some real hard politics here. If today Piyush and the BJP is mocking Bihar, they're doing that because the BJP is not in power there, because Mr. Nitish Kumar got out of the government. But if you look at the last 15 to 20 years, it is the BJP that has been running Bihar in alliance with the JDU. Does BJP not have a responsibility today for whatever economic and social indicators where Bihar could do better? That's a fundamental question.
But Sanjay, like you said, of course, and all of us have read history. All of us know the rich legacy of Bihar. Just know, Bhagwan Buddha, you talk about Mahavir, Guru Gobind Singh, Veer Kunwar Singh. I mean, one of the great patriots, freedom fighter, 1857. People would remember that. But Alok Vats, why does it become so easy? I mean, you've seen the kind of controversy that it has created. None of the BJP member of parliaments from Bihar, they did not come and did not say anything to the minister. It has been going on for the last 2 days. Should we understand that the BJP politicians, member of parliaments from Bihar have zero objection to what Mr. Piyush Goyal said, the way he stereotyped, the way he used the word Bihari as a stigma?
Well, let me tell you one, that what Piyush Goyal has said, no Bihari will accept that. We have our own pride, but yes, of late, since we have become only the labor supplier from Bihar all over India, in various industries, various fields, whether it is agriculture, industry, and we also have a lot of IAS, IPS and other people, IT working, but mostly we are seen as a labor supplier because that is in a very higher percentage. And for that, the leaders who have ruled Bihar for years and years have to be blamed. और इसकी जड़ में is that we have still not come out of the Jatiwad. Everything that happens in Bihar, casteism is one of the parameters to judge things. And this is the pain of...
But there has been a double engine ki sarkar in Bihar as well. The double engine ki sarkar said that we are going to completely change the landscape of Bihar. And I'm not just, and trust me, I'm not just asking this question of the BJP. I would have asked the same question, and it did of Mr. Manoj Jha as well. For the last at least 31 years, it has been RJD, BJP with Nitish Kumar, RJD with Nitish Kumar. Shouldn't the blame lie with these political parties and the last few governments?
What with Nitish Kumar, it was a triple engine, not double engine. He had his own ways. He was very haughty on various things. He was very obstinate. Like one of the things is the liquor. We told him time and again it is not happening. But he said, no, I will make it happen. And look what the results are coming. People are dying of hooch liquor. And it is available everywhere in every district, every nook and corner. But he is still holding on to it. No, I will not let it go. So he's very hearty that way. And all those people who have ruled, they have done it on caste basis. Today also the government which is ruling there is caste based. So we have to get rid of it. And whole of India looks upon us as a labor supplier. But you see where we are united.
Again, Sanjay Jha, who's responsible for this? No, we talk about the education. We talk about education system in Bihar completely collapsed. The health system in Bihar completely collapsed. There are no industries. Unemployment is a major problem. We are in fact running a few of those indices as we are speaking on this program. But Sanjay Jha, it's all good to say it's casteism, and we should get rid of this, and we are looked at as labor suppliers. Bihar has talent. There are so many IAS, IPS officers, entrepreneurs, those who come from that state. Despite that, it only falls back on to possibly the will of the government, the political will of the government, and the politics between various governments at the center and the state, which is responsible for the situation that Bihar and Biharis find themselves in today.
Absolutely, Ankit. And again, I will add, and मैं ये हिंदी में बोलना चाहूँगा, जो बिहारी लोग हिंदी में बोलते हैं कि यदि पीयूष जी ने बिहारियों का अपमान या तिरस्कार किया है, उसका कारण है कि आप ही का वो घमंड है, वो अहंकार है। और आज यदि बिहार पिछड़ा है अंकित जी, तो पूरी जिम्मेदारी आलोक जी के पार्टी का है, क्योंकि इन्होंने केंद्रीय सरकार में रहते हुए भी 8 साल में बिहार के लिए किया क्या? मोदी जी ने भाषण दिया, आपने किया क्या? एंड यू नो अंकित, यू आर एब्सोल्युटली राइट। आज नौकरशाही में देखिए तो ज्यादा करके लोग बिहार के हैं, आईएएस में देखिए, आईपीएस में देखिए। और अंकित, पीयूष जी को जानना चाहिए, आलोक जी भी ये जानते हैं, अरे आप तो चुनाव हार के निकल जाइएगा, लेकिन देश ब्यूरोक्रेसी ही चलाता है, और ब्यूरोक्रेसी में ज्यादा करके लोग बिहार के हैं। So, you know, Ankit, the truth is that there is a stereotype being created about Biharis. You know, you see it in Bollywood films where the villain talks with a, thakwa denge le. So, you know, there is a certain accent, there is a certain mannerism, and end of day, I have experienced this. Can I share one example with you? I remember coming to Mumbai, you know, as a young guy, and very often attending some, you know, social functions, the big, you know, chatterati kind. And very often I used to find people making very demeaning comments about saying, it is nice to see a Bihari in the corporate world because we are used to seeing you as drivers or labor. So, you know, there is this whole concept that the Bihari has been almost, you know, kind of maligned, if not humiliated.
Okay.
And therefore, Piyush's statement is highly irresponsible. I think Manoj is completely right. He should at least apologize and not just withdraw it.
Mr. Watts, while you said that nobody will support it, but I just want to put a scenario in front of you. Can you imagine if any opposition leader from, let's say, RJD, Congress, or any other political party would have made such a statement, let's say, against Gujaratis? The BJP would have been completely, you know, they would have gone ballistic. But from your party, there hasn't been a single statement, a single peep from your party which condemns what Mr. Piyush Goyal has said.
See, Ankit, he realized what he said was wrong and he immediately withdrew it. So withdrawal means that he has taken it back.
Sir, in an opposition government, that minister wouldn't have been able to continue if he would have said anything against Gujarat or any other state.
I don't know about what would have happened if he said something against Gujarat, but let me tell you one thing. We Biharis are also not very coward in any way. Had he not taken it back, there would have been ruckus.
But it's a very meek. If somebody has been hurt, I take my words back. Do you think the Biharis are not watching this? Do you think they will be able to trust your party where your Bihari MPs have not even come out and released a statement, sir?
Immediately he withdrew. So where was the chance of... Otherwise, there would have been ruckus all over India and Bihar would have been in flames. Even the parliament would have been in flames had he not withdrawn it. But since he immediately withdrew it, तो उसके ऊपर पानी पड़ गया. But wherever we stand united, nobody can talk about us in a very derogatory manner. Example is Noida. Here Biharis were treated as second citizens, but today nobody dare use that word Bihari to any derogatory manner. We are so strongly united here.
Okay.
And that is what is happening all over India now.
Okay,
So
but
all
Sanjay,
these-
isn't there political hypocrisy on the part of every political party? While right now the RJD seems to be on the offensive as far as this issue is concerned, but the RJD leaders, very recently Mr. Tejasvi Yadav was seen meeting leaders of the Shiv Sena, of Uddhav Shiv Sena to say the least, but in their prime, the Shiv Sena found popularity, beating up the Biharis in Mumbai. Raj Thackeray, who is now a very favored member or a favored politician as far as the NDA is concerned, they have no problems when they come across to politicians who have been hitting out at the Biharis, who have been targeting the Biharis in other states. Isn't this political hypocrisy?
Of course it is. And I need to speak this statement in a very bipartisan way. No political party has really fought for the Biharis outside of Bihar. I live in Mumbai, Ankit, and some of us are privileged that we have managed to kind of make our own careers. But the majority of the people who have left Bihar, as Mr. Watts is absolutely right, have ended up being part of the larger construction sector or manufacturing sector, etc. Lekin Piyush ji ko ye bhi janna chahiye because he understands finance. Today, if you look at India's industry, Ankit, that when the COVID happened and many of the people from Bihar returned back to their homes, development came to a standstill. Karnataka government under the BJP refused to let the Bihari workers go back to Bihar because he said, my business will come to a standstill, my economy will halt. And the second point, Ankit, very important, and I want to tell this to Piyush through your channel. Piyush, I hope you are hearing and watching this program. If you are not, I'm sure you will see the recording later on. Bihar and Alok ji, आप लोग बीजेपी के हैं, लेकिन फिर भी आपको यह मानना पड़ेगा कि वहां पर सांप्रदायिक राजनीति कभी सफल नहीं हुआ है। बिहार में ये बात सही आपने कहा कि जाति की राजनीति हो, लेकिन हमने धर्म या मजहब को लेकर हमने कभी भी वहां पर सियासत को सफल नहीं होने दिया है।
Okay.
And that is again a खूबियत of Bihar.
Okay, we've just, in fact, now we are being joined by Chitranjan Gagan, spokesperson of the RJD. Alok ji, I'll just come to you, sir. We've not been able to get a voice from the RJD spokesperson on this, Mr. Gagan. ये जो बात अभी हो रही थी बिहारी प्राइड की, मनोज झा बोल रहे थे, लेकिन एक सवाल ये भी बनता है कि क्या आरजेडी की, लालू प्रसाद यादव की और उनकी पार्टी की जिम्मेदारी नहीं बनती अगर बिहार इस हालात में है कि कोई भी बिहारी शब्द को इस तरीके से इस्तेमाल करे कि सारे देश को बिहार बना देंगे?
देखिए, सुनियोजित ढंग से बिहार के बारे में एक साजिश रची जा रही है शुरू से, और बिहार को इस रूप में पेश किया जा रहा है, जबकि आप किसी भी क्षेत्र में आप देख लीजिए, बिहारियों का परचम लहराया है, किसी भी क्षेत्र में आप देख लीजिए, लेकिन एक परसेप्शन बना दिया गया इस ढंग से। और जो तथाकथित जो है तो अपने को उत्कृष्ट समाज के मानते हैं, इलिट क्लास, उन लोगों के द्वारा बिहार को इस रूप में पेश किया जाता है बिहार के बारे में।
पर चित्ररंजन जी, किसने इस तरीके से पेश की बिहार की इमेज? क्या लालू प्रसाद जी के 15 सालों में क्राइम कम हुआ था? नहीं हुआ था, क्राइम चरम पर था, एजुकेशन की हालात हमने देख ली। जिम्मेदारी किसकी थी कि बिहार को इस गर्त से निकाल के लेके आने की? वो जिम्मेदारी आप अपनी मानेंगे या नहीं मानेंगे?
नहीं, सुन लीजिए, वही तो सवाल है, जहाँ कुछ लोगों के हाथ में सारी शक्तियां, सारा आर्थिक स्रोत से लेकर और सत्ता जो है तो कुछ लोगों के हाथ में सीमित था। लालू जी ने उसे अंतिम पायदान के लोगों तक पहुंचाया, एक सामाजिक क्रांति लाकर समाज के अंतिम पायदान के लोगों को मुख्य धारा में लाने का काम किया, सामाजिक स्तर पर, राजनीतिक स्तर पर।
ओके। और
जिसके रिएक्शन में जो एलिट क्लास तथा कथित एलिट क्लास के जो लोग थे, उन लोगों ने एक गलत धारणा
Sir, there is no doubt about the work that Mr. Lalu Prasad Yadav has done to, in fact, bring some sort of a parity as far as the people from the backward classes is concerned, but that also does not take away the years that Bihar has lost under the RJD for the first 15 years, and of course under the BJP and Mr. Nitish Kumar later on. The political parties can't absolve themselves from the situation that Bihar faces. Gentlemen, I'm completely out of time. Thank you so much for speaking to me on this very important topic. I'm hoping that the Bihari Asmita, the pride of people, would be hurt when they see Biharis in those trains being stacked like sardines and going out of the state to find employment. When Biharis are targeted in Jammu and Kashmir, that is where we need to find this kind of anger and ways to, in fact, improve the situation. Thank you so much for being with us. News and updates continue on NDTV.